私は1年間日本に行ってきましたね、留学生として。でも、ちょっとだけドイツに戻ってきた時からはね、日本語を喋るチャンスはあまりないから、ちょっとだけこの YouTube チャンネルのイントロは日本語ですろうと思っています。じゃあ始めましょうか。今回のトピックはね、えっと、まあ、日本語を勉強するときはたまに辛いなとか、いや、今勉強したくないなとか、いや、明日は勉強するねと思ってるね。ちょっとだけモチベーションがないね。ネットでもいろいろなビデオがありますね。例えば1年間の間に、N1 レベルを合格しましたとか、6ヶ月間で日本語をペラペラ喋るようになりました。多分本当に1年間で、N1 を合格することができるかな。でも大体の皆さんはちょっとだけもっと時間が必要ですね。そんなに才能を持ってない人たちのためにこの動画を作ります。じゃあ始めましょうか。So as I explained in the beginning, sometimes it can be hard to have motivation for learning Japanese, and sometimes you can even feel a bit threatened by the people that reach the certain JLPT levels really fast in the internet. And sometimes you can even lack motivation and think something like, why am I so slow? Or why are other people much, much faster than me in learning? And well, I basically want to tell you a story, and this story is, as I told you before, for people that don't feel motivated sometimes to learn Japanese, and for people that maybe don't feel they are the fastest or the smartest in learning Japanese. So, yeah, let's dive right into it. So basically, to explain you the philosophy behind the story, I need to go back a few years. So when I was 14, I was really interested in drawing pictures like Hayao Miyazaki. Like, for example, like pictures from Mononoke or from Laputa or maybe Totoro. I was really, really eager to be a good drawer one day, or to be able to draw pictures like Hayao Miyazaki. And why the story is important, you will know in a few minutes. Anyways, I really wanted to be good at drawing, but I started to draw and then I saw other people are better at drawing than me, and it was kind of hard for me in the beginning to kind of learn how to draw. Maybe there was a person that had someone in the family that already knew how to draw, or maybe there was some person that were talented in the beginning and really good at drawing. And you can think about the situation similar to Japanese, for example. Maybe there's a person where one parent was Japanese and they are really, let's say, fast at learning Japanese. Or maybe there's some person in your Japanese course, or you see some video of some person in the internet to learn Japanese in just half a year, or just reach JLPT N1 in 1 year. And I can tell you this is for the most people pretty impossible. And it was at this time that I saw a YouTube video on the internet, and it is really 10 years ago since I watched this video, so if I find it again, I will put it in the comments. But basically, I was watching a video of an art teacher. And that art teacher talked about a topic, or in other words, a question that he received from a student. A student similar to, let's say, us. So the student asked him, I'm putting in so many hours to learn how to draw. I'm really giving my best every day. But there are just some people in this course that they study 1 hour while I need to study 5 hours to achieve the same as them. They're kind of talented, they're geniuses, they really just know how to do it from the beginning. But can I even be successful at art or can I be successful at drawing if I'm not talented? And then the art teacher looked at his student and he said, you will be even more talented than him. You know, the best students in my course, they are usually not talented people. They're people that lack talent, but that have consistency. And basically, if you look at an art class, for example, or let's put the example into a Japanese class. If you have a Japanese class, then of course there will be some people, let's say with a high IQ, or some people that just have talent. And usually you will think that talented people are the ones that will be the most successful people, right? But it's actually the opposite. And to explain you why this is the opposite, I will kind of explain you the story more in depth. And like I said before, the things I tell you about this art class, you can put it to a Japanese class too, and you can put it to every topic. The principle is the same. And basically, the teacher told the student why this is the case. And usually you have to see, if you're a person that is not talented up front, you are used to failing. So in other words, a person that is talented, they will not face many obstacles, right? Because they kind of have the talent, they will do things faster and easier and so on. And it will not, you don't need much effort, or let's say people like this don't need much effort to complete a certain task. But the people that are untalented, they actually are used to failing too. So basically from the beginning, you are used to putting in many hours to learn something. You're having obstacles you need to overcome. If you learn a new vocabulary, if you learn a new grammar, you don't really know instantly how to use it. You really need to think about how to use it. So you have the first point where you have an obstacle, and then you overcome that obstacle. And basically, there's not just one obstacle in your learning journey, there will be many different barriers in your learning journey. So, for example, in my case, there was nearly something every day that I needed to learn and kind of rethink how I need to do it until I understood it fully. And that is a thing I got used to pretty early. And because I got used to, let's say, failing in the beginning, or let's say the untalented people in the art class, they got used to failing. And that is why even if they learn for 1 year, if they learn for 2 years, if they learn for 3 years, they're still used to failing. And they even have the knowledge how to overcome those obstacles. And well, if there's a person with talent, you can think of talent like a starting boost. So basically, if you have to, let's say, run 100 kilometers to reach your goal or the destination, a talented person will maybe start from 20 kilometers. But that is just the starting point. So a talented person will be, let's say, it is really easy for them to get to 20 kilometers because they just start from there. So everything from 0 to 20 kilometers is easy for them. But when they need to start at 20 kilometers, they don't really know how to start, right? They're not used to overcoming obstacles. They don't know how it is to overcome failure. And that is also what the art teacher experienced in his art class really often, that talented people are really good in the beginning, but their talent will just take them to some point. And after they pass or surpass this point, they usually quit. Because they're used to being talented, they're used to always being successful, but all of a sudden they're not successful anymore. That is why basically people that lack talent or that are pretty slow when they start to learn something, if they just keep doing something and keep being consistently, they are the ones that are more successful. So if you ever feel like you're slow, if you ever feel like you need more time than other people, just think about the story of the teacher and his art class. And that is actually a story, in my case, that brought me through learning Japanese till already 4 years now. Because, I can be honest, languages was actually the worst subject I had in school. And having the decision to study a language, in this case Japanese, was a really brave decision, I think. Like, usually I was not that bad in school in general, but like I said, languages was the one that was the most complicated for me. So when I started studying, I kind of recognized that many people that already went to Japan, for example, or let's say talented people, had already a good starting boost. But now here I am after 4 years of studying, and I still study consistently the whole time. And because I'm used to overcoming obstacles, because I'm used to failing, I know how to succeed. So don't be too harsh to yourself. Even if you fail sometimes, just keep in mind that failing is also a part of being successful. And yeah, this is basically a story I also wrote down in my workbook. So if you want to read it in depth again, you can take a look at my workbook in the description. And if you want to read other stories, for example, the 1% rule that helps you to be consistent, you can also take a look in this workbook. So, as always, thank you for listening. Have a great day. また今度よろしくね。